Hi, thank you for joining the class. Am I audible? Am I audible? Okay, okay. Yes. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so today's class we will basically discuss about single variable calculus, and in this class we will talk about whatever in the syllabus like single variable calculus, limit, continuity and differentiability, a bit application on mean value theorem, and then possibly Taylor series or Maclaurin series expansion and all. So I will upload whatever tutorial I made to you, and please try to solve on your own. Okay, I will discuss the solutions a bit, and the standard will be of the course will be like for BTech first year second year people, because this course is meant for them, like BTech first year second year standard only. So I am bound to keep it like that only. So without a delay, let's start. So first of all, so I think you are all aware about limit. So can anyone please tell me that what you actually know about limit? Any crude line you want to say about limit? Anything that pops up in your mind about limit when you first heard the name? Anybody please respond. Hello, if I am audible, please respond that what you basically mean by limit. I can give you some hint, like in limit what we actually do in very crude sense, that we try to determine the value of a function, not the exact value, but we try to determine a value in the sense of limit. That means that, for example, you have a function. I think you all know what we basically mean by saying a function. If you have a function fx, so fx basically maps, if you put some x you will get some y there, and it is actually a rule that assigns a number to another number. So I am strictly bound to the number sense, but function can be defined from any set to other set as well. But in real like in real analysis, the function usually mapped from the set of real numbers to the set of real numbers. So it will be R to R. So okay, so first we will move solving these problems. So like I am giving you one example. For example, limit x tends to 0, e की power x minus 1 divided by x. So can we determine the exact value of that function at the point x equal to 0? E की power x minus 1 divided by x, because we know that if you cannot divide by 0, right? You cannot divide a number by 0. Any number you cannot divide by 0. Okay, so but using the limiting sense, what is the main idea? The main idea is, if you take x closer and closer to some number, and then for example you are trying to determine the functional value at the point x equal to a. Now if it is not strictly determinable at x equal to a, what will be your objective? Your objective will be take x closer and closer towards a, and then measure that how much fx is getting closer to another number. Okay, say for the number is l. So there is a epsilon and delta definition that tells about that if your the limiting value of fx at the point x equal to a will be considered as L if the modulus of fx minus L is less than epsilon whenever your modulus of x minus a is less than delta, and for any arbitrary epsilon you wanna have that delta, then you will say that the limiting value of fx is L. And now the problem is that does limit exist every time? The answer is no. So the limit does not exist for any function. Sometimes limit may not exist, but if limit exists, then the limiting value is always unique. Okay, so I have few problems, so I kindly request you to please आप लोग अपना जो भी कॉपी या पेन है उसको निकालिए and try to solve whatever problem is there. I hope that you have also watched Jitendra sir videos, then it might be easier to you to tackle these problems. So it will be a problem solving session. The TA is meant to give you some problems and you need to solve them. We will discuss the problem. It is not that all the solutions I can also solve, but we will try to solve at least. Okay, so try to determine the first problem, that limit x tends to minus 2 1 by x minus 1 by 2 divided by x cube minus 8. Solve this problem. I think it is a typo. Minus 2. Okay, no problem. So this is x cube, x tending towards minus 2. Okay, 1 by x minus 1 by 2, x cube minus 8. Anybody got the answer? Please solve the problem. Limit x tends to minus 2 1 by x minus half by x cube minus 8 and tell me what is the answer. Please solve and respond, otherwise I will not be able to understand that whether you are doing or not. Please solve and respond. It is a problem solving session, so you need to solve it. Are you solving or written the answers? One by 16 is it? Everybody got 1 by 16? Yes, the solution also say 1 by 16. Thank you Ashwini for solving it. Now let's move to the second problem. Limit x tends to 1 x ki power m minus 1 x ki power n minus 1. This problem, try to solve this one. And also, if you have solved, you currently please open your mic and tell me, because I will not be able to see all the times, like I need to go back and see. So just because in the front page I have just opened the text, so please open your mic and say me whenever that you have solved a problem. Okay, Has it solved? Yes, m by n. Okay, so just you can check that x की power m minus 1 by x की power n minus 1 equal to limit x की power m minus 1 divided by x minus 1 dot limit x tends to 1 x minus 1 by x की power n minus 1. Then what we are doing here, just we are using the algebraic, like formula, that algebraic formula of a की power m minus b की power m, and you can get it x की power m minus 1 plus x की power m minus 2 plus up to 1. So there are total m elements here. Similarly there are total n elements. So if you just put x equal to 1, you will get here in the above m and in the below n. The answer is m by n. Now the next problem, limit x tends to 0 minus sine of mod of x by x, and limit x tends to 0 plus mod of x by x. So this is actually the sine function. Okay, so I will just one more thing that I want to comment, that whenever there is only minus 2 or like 1 it is written, that means in those cases the left hand limit and the right hand limit are equal, right? And here we will say that left hand limit and right hand limit, if they exist and are equal, then only we say that the limit exists. Here you will say that a counter example, where left hand limit and right hand limit both of them exist, but the limit does not exist, because the left hand limit and the right hand limit, they are unequal. So what is limit x tends to 0 minus mod x by x, and limit x tends to 0 plus mod x by x? And also please, instead of writing chat box, if you have solved, you just open your mic and say me that it is solved. Otherwise I will not be able to understand that whether you have solved or not. Just say that okay, solved, and then you can write down in the chat box the answer. Please do this stuff. So what will be this limit? Limit x tends to 0 minus mod x by x, and limit x tends to 0 plus mod x by x. I hope that somebody has solved. Okay, no problem, but it is always advisable that try without using L'Hopital's rule. Okay, and for problem B, you do not know that it is no, you can apply L'Hopital's rule, but it is advisable that you use definition or other tricks. L'Hopital's rules for someone that whenever you are unable to do any other steps, then always try the L'Hopital's rule. Okay, no problem about using L'Hopital's rule. Okay, now the next problem, please solve the next problem that I have given you. Problem C, this problem. Okay, just see that we know that mod x by x is 1 if x greater than 0, and it is minus 1 if x less than 0. So hence limit x tends to 0 minus mod x by x is minus 1, and this is equal to 1. So that means the limit does not exist in this case. Thank you for solving it. Next problem D, limit x tends to 0 x box x. I hope that you know box x. Box x function means the greatest integer function. If your x is like 0.555, then box x will be 0. Okay. Okay, did you solve this limit x tends to 0 x box x? If not, I will just, so fx is x box x, so your x0 is equal to 0, where box x is the greatest integer less than or equal to x. So limit x tends to 0 plus x box x. So instead 0 plus means you, instead of 0 you write x, you write 0 plus h and take h as tending to 0. Now limit, this is 0 plus h, this is h box h. Now h is tending towards 0, so box h will be 0. So that means this answer is 0. Limit x tends to 0 minus x box x, limit 0 minus h into box of 0 minus h box of minus h. Now h tending towards 0, so box of minus 0 point something will be minus 1. So that is h is tending 0, so that is 0, and that will be minus 1. So 0 will be the answer here also. So your left hand light and right hand limit both are 0. That means the limit x box x is actually tending towards 0. So that's why limit exists at x equal to 0. Next problem is this one, limit x tends to 1 x square mod x, box x. Can you tell that whether the limit exists or not? X square box x, limit x tends to 1. Anybody that who have done courses in calculus and real analysis, can you tell that limit x tends to 1 x square box x whether the limit exists and or not, do not exist? Anybody please respond. Many people, multiple people have joined, but please try, please. Limit x tends to 1 x square box x, whether limit exists or not. Just think that if you going to 1 and coming from the right hand side, then box x the value will be 1. But if you go from the left hand side, then you are approaching 1 like that, 0.9, 0.99, 0.999, 0.99999, then the box x value will be 0. So the left hand limit here will be 0 and the right hand limit will be 1. So that means the limit does not exist in this case, right? Next, limit x tends to 2, minus 1 की power box x minus box x square, x tends to 2. Okay, so this problem we will go proceed. So fx equal to minus 1 की power box x minus box of x square. So if you go in the right hand direction 2 plus, then you will get it as minus 1 की power 2 plus h minus 2 plus h whole square. So that will imply this will be minus 1 की power 2 minus 4. So minus 1 की power 1. So that will be minus 1 की power 2. Minus 1 की power minus 2. That means 1 by minus 1 की power 2. That means it will be once again 1. And at any circumstance, the answer will be a even number of minus 1 की power minus 1 की power minus of some even number. So at any circumstance it will become 1. So that's why the limit exists. Okay, I hope that this problem is also clear to you, that in the right hand direction when you are going, so that is 2 plus h. So 2 plus h, so the box of 2 plus h will be 2 and box of 2 plus h whole square will be greater than 2 4. So that means 4.00001, 4.00001 like that. So that you can actually, if you employ box function, then it will be 4. So minus 1 की power 2 minus 4. So that means minus 1 की power minus of some even number. So that will be once again 1. And here both of the numbers will be odd, because you are approaching 2 from the left hand direction. So that means your box function will be box of 1.999. So that will be box of that will be obviously 1, and then box of 2 minus h whole square, that means 3.999, 3.99999 like that. So that box, if you employ box, that will be 3. So minus 1 की power 1 minus 3. So that will be minus 1 की power minus 2. So once again that will be 1. So in both the cases the answer is 1. Okay. So next problem, problem 2a. you need to evaluate the limits. Limit x tends to 0, e की power x minus e की power minus x minus 2 log of 1 plus x divided by x sin x. Limit x tends to 0, e की power x minus e की power minus x minus 2 log of 1 plus x by x sin x. Solve it. In this problem, if you want, you can apply L'Hopital's rule. If you want, you can apply L'Hopital's rule. There is no problem. There is no harm in it. But if you can solve just by using the definition, I will be much happier. Try to solve this problem. Limit x tends to 0, e की power x minus e की power minus x minus 2 log 1 plus x divided by x sin x. Solve this problem. Anybody solved it? Okay. I do not know whether I have the solution of this problem. I think that I do not have the solution. No problem. So how I will just brief that e की power x minus e की power minus x, you apply L'Hopital's rule. Okay, and I think you need to apply L'Hopital's rule 2 or 3 times, then you will get the final answer. The next problem is limit x tends to 0 plus 1 by x minus 1 by sin x. How you will do? You will just like you fraction summation and of fraction you will do. That means 1 by x minus 1 by sin x, you take the LCM as x sin x. So in the numerator you will get sin x minus x divided by x sin x. Then you need to calculate that value. Then you can, I think, apply L'Hopital's rule again. 1 by x minus 1 by sin x. I think the answer will be 0. Just solve it. Limit x tends to 0 plus 1 by x minus 1 by sin x. And also, if you have solved, please just say in opening your mic. Otherwise, I am not able that how much time should I spend on a problem and all. Now solve this problem. Do I have the solution? I have the solution. Okay, I will discuss I have the solution. I will discuss. Okay, here I have the solution. Last problem also. So just I will go. The limit takes the indeterminate form 0 by 0. We have to apply L'Hopital's rule successively. The evolution of the limit can be exhibited as follows. Limit x tends to 0, e की power x minus e की power minus x by minus 2 log 1 plus x by x sin x. L'Hopital's rule अप्लाई करो एक बार, फिर उसके बाद फिर से 0 by 0 आ गया तो एक और बार अप्लाई करो, फिर उसके बाद देखो यहाँ पे 0 by 0 नहीं आएगा. It will be 1 minus 1 plus 2 and 0 plus 2, so the answer is 1. So here yes, so fx minus gx takes the x indeterminate form infinity minus infinity. We have 1 by x minus 1 by sin x, so that will be sin x minus x by x sin x, so that is cos x minus 1 by x cos x plus sin x. You in the numerator you will get 0, and but the denominator is 2, so your answer will be 0. Next problem is quite difficult. It is quite difficult. Do you have any idea about limits x tends to 0 plus sin x by x की power 1 by x? What will be the answer? It will not be solved by using any standard. You need to apply some tricks to solve this. Okay, so let's go to the solution. So you consider fx as sin x by x, your x not equals to 0, and your gx is 1 by x. Obviously x not equal to 0. So then limit x tends to 0 plus sin x by x, we know that it is equal to 1, and x to the tends to 0 plus limit 1 by x is actually infinity. So limit x tends to 0 plus fx की power gx takes the indeterminate form 1 की power infinity. Now take log. Limit x tends to 0 plus log of sin x by x की power 1 by x, that becomes log sin x by x. So that is 0 by 0 from. Then use L'Hopital's rule. That becomes x by sin x into x cos x minus sin x by x square divided by 1. X cancels out. In the denominator you get x sin x, and the numerator you get x cos x minus sin x. Then once again it is 0 by 0, because if you put 0 you get 0 into cos 0 is 1, so 0 minus 0 is 0, and x sin x is 0 into 0 is once again 0. So next, minus x sin x plus cos x minus cos x. Cos x minus cos x cancels out. Minus x sin x by sin x plus x cos x. Once again it is 0. So what you will do, you will apply L'Hopital's rule once again. So minus x cos x minus sin x minus x sin x plus 2 cos x. So that is actually 0. So that, because here you will get 0 and here your denominator you will get 2. So that is 0. So the logarithm of the limit is 0. So what will be the actual value? The actual value will be e की power 0 equal to 1. Always be careful while dealing with these problems, because sometimes you are too lazy and you got here 0, you have option 0, you just put tick on the 0. So those things actually create problems, right? If you do this type of mistakes, that creates problem. So do not do those kind of mistakes. Always be attentive, because in competitive exam several things are going on your head and you got this 0, you put the answer to be 0 and get negative marking. So in the answer we already only need this up to this part. The negative part is just similar, just you proceeding similarly, you can get the negative part also to be 1. So left and right and limit all are 1, so the limiting value is 1. But here in the answer we just need to determine the right hand limit, so only half part is sufficient. Now there are few problems about determining the domain of continuity of the following functions. So sin 1 by x, it is continuous everywhere except the point. Can you tell? Sin 1 by x, the function is continuous everywhere. X equal to 0. Next problem, fx equal to x by box x, if 1 less than or equal to x less than 2, and is equal to 1 if x equal to 2, and it is square root of 6 minus x if 2 less than x less than or equal to 3. Solve 3b. Fx equal to x by box x. Then so x by box x, so the main problem will be at the point 2. So you need to determine at the point 2.
1.
At the point 2 it is 1. Now determine what is the value of this function x by box x as you approaches 2 in the left hand, from left side. From left side your functional value will be this. So from the left hand side the value of this function will be, if you approach like this, 1.9, 1.99, 1.999, then that will be 2 divided by 1. So the box function, this will left hand limit will give you 2. Okay, and here if you go from the right hand side, so that will give you also the right hand limit as 2, right? Because your x is approaching toward 2, you can just put 2. So square root of 6 minus 2, square root of 4 equal to 2. So your left hand limit is 2, right hand limit is 2. Limit exists, but what is the functional value? Functional value is 1. That means the function is discontinuous at the point 2, right? But you can make it continuous by suitably define here. So how you can make it continuous? You just substitute 1 by 2. Then you can make your function to be continuous, right? So this type of discontinuity we call them as removable discontinuity, because you, by suitably defining the function, you can actually remove the discontinuity. Okay, so this function is continuous within 1 by 3, the closed interval 1 by 3, except the point 2 minus the point 2. So that means this function is continuous on 1 less than or equal to x less than 2 union 2 less than x less than or equal to 3. Okay, next problem, c is equal to 1 by 2 minus 4 cos 3x. So which points will create problem? Anybody? For 3c, which points will create problems? Which points will create problem? Two minus 4 cos 3x. Which problems will will create problem? Points? One by 2 minus 4 cos 3x. Anybody? Which points will create problem?
When cos 3x equal to 1 by 2.
Yes, when cos 3x will equal to 1 by 2. And what is the answer then?
That is cos 30 degree. 30 degrees means pi by 6.
No, half cos, the value of cos 60 is 1 by 2, right? The value of cos 60 is 1 by 2.
60 degree 1 by 2.
So cos 3x is 60. That means x equal to 20 degree. Right? But here you need to use that 2n pi plus alpha. That means x, for x values, x equal to 2n pi plus 20 degree. 2n pi plus pi by 9. 2n pi plus pi by 9. All those points it is discontinuous. So it is continuous in the real line except the points 2n pi plus pi by 9, where n belongs to the set of integers, n belongs to z. So that will be the answer. Next problem is hx equal to e की power x square plus 1 divided by e की power x minus 2 into e की power minus x 1 minus x. Similarly you can, so it is only discontinuous at the point when e की power x equal to 2 e की power minus x. That means e की power 2x minus 1 equal to 2, and you will get the answer in terms of logarithm. The value of x you will get in terms of logarithm, right? So only one point of discontinuity is there for this particular function. Is it clear?
The point 1 master.
No, the point is 1. No, just repeat once again what you have said.
Discontinuous at the point 1.
No, it is not discontinuous at the point 1. It is e की power 1 minus 2 at x की power x equal to 1. E is greater than 2, e is not equal to 2. So that means this will create only problem. I will show you the solution. I do not know whether, I think that I do not have the solution. So it will, how you will solve that, e की power x minus 2 e की power 1 minus x equal to 0. Okay.
Okay, so we get x equal to 1 plus ln 2 divided by 2.
1 plus
Ln 2 whole divided by 2.
Then that will be the answer. Okay, then I have few problems using epsilon delta. I will not discuss this problem. These 3 problems please note down. These 3 problems will be your home task. Using epsilon delta definition, prove the continuity of the following function. You please write them: fx equal to cos x, fx equal to x square cos 1 by x, and fx equal to x sin 1 by x. These 3 problems please note down. I will not discuss the problems. You will need to solve them. Okay, using epsilon delta definition you need to prove that this prove the continuity of the following function: fx equal to cos x, fx equal to x square cos 1 by x, and fx equal to x sin 1 by x. These 3 problems. Is it clear? Next I will move to this problem. Let f r to r be defined by fx equal to 1 comma 0 if x belongs to q and 0 if x belongs to qc, where q denote the set of rational numbers. Using epsilon delta definition of limit, you need to prove that the limit fx does not exist at any point in r. Okay, hope the question is clear. If the function is defined at each and every point of r, but it is not continuous at any point. Next problem. This problem, you consider, okay, we will solve this using the method of contradiction. So on the contradiction, you assume that as limit x tends to a, fx exists for any number a, ठीक है, and that functional value is actually L. So your epsilon greater than 0 be any arbitrary number, then there exists a delta. So we will prove the function is discontinuous using the method of contradiction. Okay, so how to use it? Assume that limit x tends to a, fx exists, and limit x tends to fx equal to L for some a comma L belongs to r. হ্যাঁ, আমি এখন ক্লাস নিচ্ছি এনপিটিএল এর।
So for the point for a point x belongs to q, so limit exists in between 1 by 2 and 3 by 2, and x belongs to r minus q also limit exists. So this is a contradiction for the limit is unique. Therefore, f of x does not exist. Limit f of x does not exist.
Yes. So limit x tends to epsilon tends to 0. Okay, my screen is visible, right? Screen is totally visible. Okay, so let epsilon greater than 0 be any arbitrary number, then there exists delta greater than 0 such that 0 is less than modulus of x minus a less than delta. Now fx minus l is less than epsilon. Now choose epsilon equal to half. First consider x belongs to q, then fx minus l, this fx minus l, this is modulus of 1 minus l, this is less than half. This implies l is between half to 3 by 2. Now consider x belonging to r by q. Okay, so now x belongs to r by q, then fx minus l equal to minus l, this is less than half. This implies minus half less than l less than half. This meets a contradiction to the fact that the limit is unique. Therefore limit x tends to a, fx does not exist. Okay, so next problem is this problem. Prove that the function fx equal to x की power r sin 1 by x, x not equals to 0, 0 at x equal to 0 is continuous from the right at 0 if and only if r is greater than 0, differentiable from the right at 0 if and only if r is greater than 0, differentiable at 0 but f prime is not continuous at 0 when r equal to 2. So there are three problems. Are you trying to solve this problem? Okay. Let fx is continuous from the right. So what is you need to prove? You need to prove that r is greater than 0. Limit x tends to 0 plus fx equal to f0. So that means limit x tends to 0 plus x की power r sin 1 by x equal to 0. So that will be 0. That will only occur if and only if your r is greater than 0. Next, the converse. You claim that r is you consider r greater than 0. You claim fx is continuous from the right. Limit x tends to 0 plus fx, limit x tends to 0, x की power r sin 1 by x. So this is actually 0. So f0 equal to also 0 also. So that means limit x tends to 0 plus fx equal to f0. Hence fx is continuous from the right. I will upload this YouTube video. You can watch that video and pause and you can understand on your own. If you have any problem, any queries, you can drop me an email. I am just writing my email ID here. If you need to write something, you can write me in this email ID. This is my email ID, you can drop me an email in this. And also one more notification that in the next week you will get the official. Next week I will be traveling to my home, so in the next class I will take on Monday. Okay, not this Monday, I will take next class on
Next Monday.
on 4th August. Okay, 4th August Monday. Timing is same. Timing is same. Next class will be on 4th August Monday and the timing is same. Okay. Next problem is, let f prime x is differentiable from the right. So f prime x is differentiable. So what you need to prove? You need to prove r is greater than 1. So limit x tends to 0 plus f prime x equal to f prime 0. So that means right hand derivative का formula limit x tends to 0 plus fx minus f0 by x minus 0. Limit h tends to 0, f of 0 plus h minus f0 by 0 plus h minus 0. That means h की power r sin 1 by h minus 0 divided by h. That means h r की minus 0 to sin 1 by h, and therefore you have f prime 0 equal to 0. So f prime 0 equal to 0, which will imply that r minus 1 should be greater than 0. That means r greater than 1. Similarly, conversely, assume that r is greater than 1. What is your claim? Your claim is f prime x is differentiable from the right. Limit x tends to 0 plus f prime x equal to limit x tends to 0 plus fx minus f0 divided by x minus 0. Limit h tends to 0 plus f of 0 plus h minus f0 by 0 plus h minus 0, h की power r sin of 1 by h minus 0 divided by h. So h की power r minus 1 sin 1 by h, this is 0. So r greater than 1, that means this is 0. And also f prime 0 equal to 0, limit x tends to 0 plus f prime x equal to f prime 0, and hence fx is differentiable from the right. Next is differentiable at 0 but f prime not continuous at 0 when r equal to 2. Okay, so you have already that for r greater than 1 f prime x differentiable from the right we have already proved. Now we will try to prove the left hand derivative for r equal to 2. So left hand derivative at x equals to 0 is limit x tends to 0 minus fx minus f0 by x minus 0. So that will be f of 0 minus h minus f0 by 0 minus h minus 0. So then that will be just minus h square sin 1 minus 1 by h minus 0. So that is h into sin 1 by h, this is 0. And once again right hand derivative will be 0, just proceeding similarly. So that means it is derivable at the point x equal to 0 because left hand limit and right hand limit both are equals to 0. Next, what will be the f prime x? You just differentiate it. 2x sin 1 by x plus x square cos 1 by x into minus 1 by x square. So what will be your answer? Your derivative will be 2x sin 1 by x minus cos of 1 by x not equals to 0 and 0 if x equals to 0. So then limit x tends to 0 plus f prime x. So if you need to determine the limit. Now if you put 0, this will become cos 1 by 0. So that means cos infinity is a oscillatory function. Okay, so then limit does not exist and f prime 0 is equal to 0, and hence limit x tends to 0 plus f prime x not equal to f prime 0, hence f prime is not continuous at the point x equal to 0. So the derivative is not continuous at the point x equal to 0. Find the domain of continuity and differentiability of the following functions and find its derivative. Okay, so fx equal to modulus of sin x. This is everywhere differentiable except the point x equal to when sin x is 0. Continuous, it is equal to mod sin x is continuous everywhere, but it is not. It will not be differentiable at the point. It will not be differentiable at the points when x equal to 0, that sorry sin x equal to 0, that means
sin x equal to 0.
that means x equal to n pi. And what will be the derivative? Mod sin x. The derivative of mod sin x will be cos x. So let gx equal to sin x, hx equal to, so this is, you can use composition function. So mod x is differentiable for all x for r less than or r minus 0. So sin x vanishes at 2n pi. Sorry, I said n pi. So sin 180 degree. I think it is a mistake. It will be n pi. Sin vanishes at the point n pi. Right? It will be n pi. And what will be the derivative? The derivative is cos x if sin x greater than 0, and will be minus cos x if sin x less than 0. Next, gx equal to x minus box x. We know that every differentiable function is continuous. Box x is not continuous at x belongs to z. Therefore, gx is not differentiable for all x belongs to z. For any x not belonging to z, this will be limit h tends to 0, g of x plus h minus gx by h, x plus h minus box of x plus h is tending, so that will be x plus h minus box h, this is once again minus box h, that will be 1. So g is differentiable for all x except the points, the set of integers. Is it clear, this problem? Is this problem clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next, hx equal to 2x plus box of modulus of x plus 1. Hx equal to 2x plus box of x plus 1. Now I want you to solve it. This is the problem. Hx equal to 2x plus box of x plus 1. Sorry, modulus of x plus 1. Mistakenly I have said box x. This is 2x plus modulus of x plus 1. Can you say the answer?
It is continuous but not differentiable when x equal to minus 1.
Okay.
Is this right?
Yes, you are correct. Now what will be the derivative? So 2x plus mod of x plus 1. What will be the derivative? If x is greater than minus 1, then the derivative will be derivative will be 3. Right?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
and if x is less than minus 1, the derivative will be 1. Right?
One. Yes, sir.
Now next move to the next problem. Let C belongs to R and a real function f be such that f double prime is continuous on some neighborhood of C. You need to prove that limit h tends to 0, f of c plus h minus 2fc plus f of c minus h divided by h square equal to f double prime c. You need to do just you know Taylor series expansion, you need to just use Taylor series expansion. F of c plus h, you write it as f of c plus h of f prime c plus h square by 2 f double prime c plus and so on order of h cube, right? Then the terms will be consisting h cube, and f of c minus h, that will be fc minus hfc, sorry, fc minus hf prime c plus h square by 2 f double prime c plus once again order of h cube. Then you will get 2fc will cancel each other, hf f prime c and minus hf prime c will cancel each other, you will get hs square f double prime c divided by hs square plus higher order terms, then hs square gonna cancel each another, so you will get f double prime c. I hope that whatever I have said you understand it. Now please solve it. Did you solve it? Okay. Let f prime double prime be continuous on c minus delta c plus delta for some delta greater than 0. So by Taylor's theorem with Lagrange's form of remainder after two terms for any h satisfying 0 less than h less than delta, f of c plus h can be written as fc plus hf prime c plus h square by factorial 2 f double prime c plus theta h. And also here fc minus h, this can be written as fc minus hf prime c plus h square by factorial 2 f double prime c minus theta prime h. Therefore fc plus h plus fc minus h minus 2fc this will be h square by factorial to f double prime c plus theta h plus f double prime c minus theta prime h. Next, divided by h square, so you will get f of c plus h plus f of c minus h minus 2fc by h square. Now since f double prime is continuous at c, this theta h, as h tends to 0, that will go converge to f double, that will limit will go to f double prime c. So that means limit h tends to 0 f double prime c plus theta h, as well as limit h tends to 0 f double prime c minus theta prime h, they are same and are equal. So that means limit h tends to 0 f of c plus h plus f of c minus h minus 2fc by h square equal to f double prime c. So that is the answer. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, find a such that limit x tends to 0, a sin x minus sin 2x divided by tan cube x equal to beta, where beta is some finite value. Solve this problem. You can use the
L'Hopital's rule.
yeah. Is this problem solved?
I think a equal to 2 is the answer. But I have some doubt in denominator as I get 3 tan square x into sec square x.
Okay. A equal to 2, how you will solve? You will just need to देखो a sin x minus sin 2x. Okay, so first of all, to apply L'Hopital rule, you need the numerator to be 0 as well as the denominator to be equals to 0, right? So how you can put the numerator. देखो tan cube x it is already 0. Now how you can get a sin x minus sin 2x equal to 0? That is the problem. So a sin x minus sin 2x equal to 0. That means what is the formula of sin 2x? 2 sin x cos x. So sin x vanishes out. So a equal to 2 cos x, and at 0 I am doing a technically mistake here. I cannot like sin x, okay, tending, so I can say that sin x is not equal to 0 because I am cutting that sin x. So a should be equal to 2 cos x, right? And your cos x is 1, so a should be equal to 2. So you can just by using that also you can also get the answer. You got my point?
Yes, sir.
So next is problem is find a and b such that limit x tends to 0, a e ki power x plus b e ki power minus x plus 2 sin x plus x cos x equal to 2. This is the, so here there are two variables, so obviously you need to apply L'Hopital's rule twice. So from the first you will get a e ki power x plus b e ki power minus x plus 2 sin x, that should be equal to 0 because the denominator part is already 0. Now if you put sin x equal to 0 there, you can get a plus b equal to 0. Got my point? Then once again go to the, then you if your a is equal to b, a plus b equal to 0, that means if your a is equal to minus b, then your numerator will vanish. So once again you will get 0 by 0. So then 0 by 0 you will just take derivative of the upper part as well as derivative of the lower part, sorry, numerator and denominator. Then you can once again, because sin x plus x cos x, if you take derivative you will get cos x plus you will get 2 cos x plus cos x minus x sin x. So 2 cos x minus x sin x. So then you will, from the, because you already got a plus b, because for L'Hopital you need a plus b equal to 0. So here you can just put b equal to minus a. So that means a e ki power x minus a e ki power minus x plus 2 sin x by sin x plus x cos x. Then you apply the L'Hopital rule. You will apply the L'Hopital rule. You will get a e ki power x plus a e ki power minus x plus 2 cos x divided by 2 cos x minus x sin x, that is equal to 2. So then you just put x equals to 0 there because the denominator will be 2, and then just you need to determine the a from there, and then just by putting the value of a you will get the b because b equal to minus a. Just tell me the answer now.
Yes, sir.
The answer is 2 and minus 2.
We have to solve.
Okay, just solve and tell me the answer. Just solve and tell me the answer.
A equals to 1, A equals to 1, B equals to minus 1.
Everybody, a equal to 1, b equal to minus 1. Okay, if anybody has no problem, then we will move to the problem number 11. You need to find the derivatives of the following: y equal to 2x by 1 plus x square and y equal to tan inverse e ki power x square. You just solve it, very easy problem. You just need to solve it and you just tell me the answer. A e ki power x plus b e ki power minus x plus 2 sin x. Find the derivatives of the following: y equal to 2x by 1 plus x square and y equal to tan inverse e ki power x square.
2 whole into 1 minus s square divided by 1 plus s square whole square. Whole square of 1 plus s square whole square.
Now tan inverse e की power x square. You also solve this, right? The problem B. Tan inverse e की power x square.
Two x e to the power x square divided by 1 plus
e की power x square whole square.
e to the power whole square whole e to the power x square whole square.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So. Okay. Whatever till now, whatever we have discussed, do you have any problem in this? Is it understandable? Whatever I have discussed, is it understandable? So okay, thank you. Any other anybody wants to give some suggestion?
Sir, actually I joined today very late, that is 5:45. I need all the questions for practice.
Yes, I will upload in the in that link, that folder link I will upload. You will get from the NPTEL staff. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
If you just still needs
PDF of these sums, sir. Can you please send solution PDF of these sums?
the answer of the solutions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, I will give the solutions, but my solution may contain mistakes. So do not just blindly follow my solutions. Okay.
How do we get remember of the solutions, sir? Revise before the exam. How do we revise?
Okay, so I just tell me one thing. You are from BTech background, right? Everybody are from BTech background. Right?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so whatever standard that I have, is it understandable, or I need to go bit slow,
Sir, understandable only, sir.
or should I actually use my iPad and solve on my own? Should I solve with you? Okay, from the next class I will try to use the iPad. Actually, I was not fully prepared to take today's class. I was having some hectic schedule. I am going to home the next week, and I am currently in my 4th year of my PhD. So I have those work load. Okay, I will try to solve with you people. But please, those you like, those Rajeshwari, Sumitra, Neeraj sir, whoever have joined, please you follow with me in the next class also, known as the other classes. Okay, I will just solve before quitting. I will just solve 2 more problems on mean value theorem. You use mean value theorem, prove that mod of sin A minus sin B is less than or equal to mod of A minus B for all A, B belongs to R. This is the problem. How you will tackle this problem? Mod of sin A minus sin B less than or equal to mod of A minus B for all A, B belongs to R. You need to use mean value theorem. So FB minus FA, modulus of FB minus FA divided by B minus A, this will be less than or equal to, this will be less than or equal to,
At limit, sir.
no, modulus of FB minus FA divided by B minus A, modulus of B minus A, that will be less than or equal to,
1.
that will be less than or equal to F prime C for some C, right?
Yes, sir.
F dash of C, that is Lagrange's mean value theorem. So here you need to just identify your x, f. So your fx is sin x. So modulus of sin A minus sin B divided by A minus B will be less than F prime C. Now your fx is sin x. So your f prime x will be cos x. And for any x, cos x is less than 1. So that means mod of sin A minus sin B please, if somebody has kept mic on, just mute it. So mod of sin x, mod of sin a minus sin b divided by mod of a minus b will be less than or equal to 1, because cos x is less than 1, right? Because cos c will be your derivative, that so, but cos is always less than or equal to 1. So that means mod of sin a minus sin b divided by a minus b is less than or equal to 1. That means mod of sin a minus sin b is less than or equal to a minus b. Is it clear? Is it clear? Anybody? Rajeshwari, is it clear? Hello? Is it clear? Okay. So next problem is bit difficult. Modulo v minus u by 1 plus v square less than tan inverse v minus tan inverse u is less than v minus u by 1 plus u square if 0 less than u less than v. Okay, I hope that I have the solution. This is the solution I was talking about. Next problem. Okay, see, b minus u solution. Your fx is here tan inverse x. So f prime x is 1 by 1 plus x square. So you apply mean value theorem. Mean value theorem, f on u comma v, we get fv minus fu divided by v minus u equal to f prime c. For some c less than u less than c less than v. Now tan inverse v minus tan inverse u divided by v minus u is equal to 1 by 1 plus c square. Till now is it clear? It is just Lagrange's mean value theorem. Till now is it clear? Tan inverse v minus tan inverse u by v minus u equal to 1 by 1 plus c square. Is it clear till now? Next, c greater than u. So 1 by 1 plus c square is less than 1 by 1 plus u square. Similarly, c is less than v. So 1 by 1 plus c square will be greater than 1 by 1 plus v square. So 1 by 1 plus v square is less than 1 by 1 plus c square is less than 1 by 1 plus u square. Now this 1 by 1 plus c square is fv minus fu by v minus u. Now that means tan inverse v minus tan inverse u by v minus u. This v minus u multiply this side as well as this side. So you will get v minus u by 1 plus v square tan inverse v minus tan inverse u less than v minus u by 1 plus u square. Hence proved. Is it clear? I am giving you 2-3 minutes. Just watch the solution carefully. Okay. If you still have some doubt, knock me. I am just giving you 2 minutes. Just check it. Are you with me? Is this problem clear to you? Anybody please respond. Is it clear? Anybody please respond. Please open your mic and respond. Oh, sorry. Is it clear? Okay, if nobody is responding, and if do you have, if you know, if you have, and also please do not write here, because this window is not open to me. If you have want to say something, you open your mic and just tell me that whatever it is clear and all. Okay. No, I have already, you are not inaudible. I have already checked mic and all, everything is fine. You just try once again. Okay, why it is inaudible? Okay, yeah, something fishy is going on. Cancel. I don't know why you are inaudible till now. Okay, just I will just join again. Okay, I will check once again. I will just join. Now please respond.
Hello sir, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Somehow I muted you, all of you guys. Sorry. A misconvenience caused from my side. So do you have any more problems, any more question? And I am open if you have any problems to discuss and all. If you have do not any problem for today, then like we can wrap up the session and perhaps we can discuss this the left out problems on the next class. Okay.
Okay sir.
Because 2 hours continuously will be hectic for you as well as for me. I think we can stop today, right? And I request all of you please join in the next class. I will take the next class on 4th August, Monday, 5 to 7. Okay.
Okay
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining. Thank you. So
Thank you, sir.
anything you want to comment out that I need to improve and all? Is the problem quality is good?
Yes, sir.
Or I need to improve it?
Sir, it is sufficient.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you sir.
Thank you. Bye. See you. Join in the next class.